Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. When I last left you guys, we were in the middle of Chapter 25, and we're going to go ahead and try to finish that today. We've actually already made a decent way up the hill here. Well, our air forces have, our ground forces not so much, but that's the way of things. Let's go ahead and continue onward, shall we? There's not really much else to worry about in the way of rocks on this side. There's only one left. And if I get things appropriately right, we might not even have to worry about it, so... I don't think, however, Marcia is strong enough to contend with this wyvern guy. Well, maybe she is. Maybe I'm underestimating Marcia just a little bit too much here. I've made that mistake before. Let's go ahead and see if we can crit. Ooh, geez, that's 11% crit, even from a sword master. That's still too much. So we're gonna go ahead and put Marcia right here and see if we can deal with Mr. Wyvern Man here. If she gets a lucky crit, we'll be all set. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. Goodbye, Mr. Wyvern Man. That guy wasn't... Oh, he must have been a Wyvern Rider, not a Wyvern Lord. I'm gonna guess. Not actually sure. Alright, how much HP does she have? Like 19? It's not enough. So we're gonna go ahead and... Actually, you know what? We'll put her right here next to the Swordmaster. But I'm gonna heal her up with Mist. We're gonna move Mist upward here. And try to keep her out of the way of the silly rock. Assuming she has the distance with Physic to reach her from there. No, she does not. Okay, that might have been a mistake. Guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Alright, we're gonna put Nephany here so the rock doesn't come tumbling down at her. I'm just gonna have to hope that Marcia doesn't get crit. If she does, she's dead. And sadly, I can't move Mist any closer, and I don't have Rayson near around to get her over there and moved up more. 11%, it's not likely, but I've seen a lot worse numbers happen, so... That being said, we're going to send Jill right into the fray here and have her contend with everybody that she can. And no, I'm not just going to be shy about it, because I want to take out as many of these suckers as I possibly can in a single round here. Oh, crap baskets. So the Ballista's going to kill... Nope, not if I have Jill kill him first. I have to hope that these tomahawks both hit, otherwise she's going to be in a really bad way. Alright, please kill this sniper, Jill, and take out that silly ballista. So far, so good. You go ahead and fire back all you want, pal. You're not really going to... Oh, she crit. That tomahawk's probably going to break, but I'm not really all that concerned about it. There are a lot worse places to worry about your weapons breaking than on this map, so... Actually, I could move her out of the way. And that way there's not going to be a lot of chance for people to come back at her. Only guys that have range can hit her from there, which is fine. I don't want her wasting Tomahawk uses on like a Swordmaster or something. Alright, let's see if Har can disable this Bishop, because I'm sick of looking at him. I have a Short Axe, and I do one-shot the guy. Thank you, Mr. Rock, for making people very vulnerable to my axes. Again, I procced cancel, so he wouldn't have counterattacked. If he didn't have a chance to, he wouldn't have. Alright. I could move Har up. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't remember at what point the rock turns. So I'm going to put Har right here. Put him in range of that Onager, potentially. And let's move up the crew here. Now this is a rough one, because I think a lot of those rocks are going to run right around the corner here, although they might be going too fast to turn that quickly. We're going to give a Killer Axe to Boyd. We're going to put Soren right behind him. Maybe right here. Problem is, everybody's going to get Onagered if I put them too close together, so I'm going to try to avoid that as best I can here. And put Astrid right behind here. I could just use Rayson to get Har moved up in there. That's not an awful idea. Not an awful idea at all, actually. And again, there's no ballista to worry about anymore. I took it out, so... Very nice. Go ahead and give a quick bird song to Har here. You know, it's funny, because when I played through this map several times, and I always tend to not think through it enough as far as worrying about every facet, every problem that exists on this map. And now that I'm actually having to sit here and think about it while I'm recording it, I'm actually putting a lot more thought into it than I normally do. And that's actually kind of a good thing. Why don't we take the Onager out? It's not a bad idea. Har can do it. And he can still take a couple of rock hits if he has to. He won't like it, but... Alright, so the Onager's down. Man, Har actually is really darn good. Why don't I use him more? I don't think I've ever actually used Har before, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. And actually, he's actually can't be hit by the rocks here. They won't roll through the Onager placement as we saw before, and he's behind it. And this rock can't hit him either, so him being right here, he's totally safe. The Ballista's dead, the Purge Bishop's on the other side, so yeah, Har should be just fine right there. All we need to worry about is Marcia surviving a critical hit, or not, rather, taking a critical hit from that guy. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bad way. So I'm just going to move the rest of the crew up down here. Actually, I wonder if Ilyana could Bolton him to death. Look at that! Beautiful! Alright, lay it into him, Ilyana. Boom! I think that's a pretty good use of that, don't you guys think? One-shotting a Swordmaster from 8 squares away with Thunderbolts. Yeah, I think that counts. I think that's good. Alright, so Marcia should be fine now. She can take a hit from the Purge Bishop. She's got enough resistance to not really care all that much. She's looking pretty worse for wear, I gotta admit, but... And then actually Mist should be safe from the rock right here. But she's just out of range of healing, and oh, she can heal her brother, I guess. Nah, I'm not gonna waste it on him. I can do a regular heal with Ike. In fact, let me move Ike all the way up, because I'm gonna get him to the top of the mountain. Top of the mountain to you! As quick as possible here. Did I just go into a random leprechaun accent? That was kind of strange. I am Irish, so I guess it's a little Irish. I'm not super Irish, but I'm Irish enough. It counts, right? Alright, and then we're not gonna waste any physic uses, and Ike's only down by 10 HP, so... And here comes the Purge Bishop on Jill, as we might have imagined. Oh wow, he missed. Good job. That's gonna be our next target, by the way. Once the Purge Bishop is down, I'm just gonna let Jill go crazy town on all these guys and kill as many of them as she can. And that should clear the way pretty easily for the rest of our crew. Another crit. Not even a Wrath crit, just a regular crit. That should put Jill up to level 13, I think. I would love it if she got some more strength. Maybe capped out her speed. No strength, but hey, speed, defense, and skill. I'm happy with that. Like I said, I believe she just capped her defense. If she hasn't, she's awfully close. Yeah, Har should be fine from this guy. Whopping 2 damage. I'm not even really all that concerned. Even if he crit me, it would have been nothing. That's the one nice thing about Swordmasters in this game, is they really aren't all that powerful. And those guys are abandoning their rocks. Which means we don't really need to worry about them anymore. And that one just completely did nothing. Alright, you know what? You go right ahead and throw a rock uselessly down the cliff. Another Wyvern Lord reinforcement on the side there. Sadly, if Marcia were 1 square ahead, she could take out that bishop for us, but she's just out of range. The nice thing, though, now is there's no rocks on this side to worry about, and I don't think the bishop moves that one. I don't think they're programmed to push the rocks. The bishops aren't, anyway. So we can, generally speaking, move the rest of our crew up here with impunity. Go ahead and heal up Marcia. She did good, and is well deserving of a good heal. In fact, we're not quite done with her yet. We're going to actually invoke her abilities and try to take out those halberdiers. We're going to put Ilyana back on regular thunder, because she doesn't need to use bolting anymore. Nefany ought to be able to take this guy out, no problem. Yep, nice silver lance in the face. And I think we're going to have Jill go straight for the Purge Bishop, and then mow through the rest of those schmucks on top of the mountain there. So this map really wasn't all that bad. It actually went a lot smoother than I expected it to. So far, anyway. I'm sure that's going to end up jinxing me for saying that, but that's the risk you take, I guess. Alright, so we're just going to go regular old Silver Axe here and one-shot this sucker. No reason to waste the Brave one or the Tomahawk or anything. And again, comparatively few boulders have hit me. I think only, out of all the ones they've rolled, only 3 have hit me. 2 of them either only hit them or just didn't hit anything. Purge Tome out of the way. Let's go ahead and move Marcia in here. Do I need the Killer Lance? I do. I need a crit here. She's not in any danger if she doesn't kill him, but I'd like her to just finish him off. No, not yet. There we are. Well done, Marcia. I do like how halberdiers look in this game. They're actually really cool. I wish that class existed in more iterations of the series. There are comparatively few installments in the series that actually have halberdiers at all, or soldiers or anything. You may have noticed that they existed in the Game Boy Advance games, but they were never an allied class. Like, you can never actually have a unit playable as a soldier or a halberdier. I don't know why that's the case, but again, what do I know? I believe Gaiden was actually the first iteration of when you can have playable soldiers. And Gaiden was the second game that came out in Japan, but we didn't get it here until its remake. Shadows of Valentia came out, I think, in, what, 2017? A few years ago? Maybe 2016, I can't remember which. But that game actually is quite good. The map design needs some work, but... Ooh, a 3rd point of strength for Soren, wow. I don't think he needs it, per se. I think his Elwyn only weighs 2, yeah. Blizzard weighs 10, Tornado weighs 5. So when he gets to use Tornado, he'll be slowed down a little bit less by it, which is nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Was it strictly necessary for him to get that? No, not really, but... Alright, I think we'll have Har take out this guy with the Killer Axe. I think he should still be largely protected from the falling rocks there. Har could probably do with a... Probably... Oh, jeez. I was going to say, he probably needs a good heal, but, well, he's not taking any damage anymore. Yeah, definitely, I might have underestimated Har a little bit. I'm actually kind of ashamed of myself in that regard. Maybe I should start using him more. We're going to leave Astrid here. It doesn't look like she's going to get to do a lot of fighting, unfortunately. And we don't want Boyd in the way of all those falling rocks. Not until Jill's had time to clear the way. So we're going to leave Boyd right there. And we can probably move Rayson up. It's now there's nothing that's going to be hitting him from distance, so we're going to move him up. It should be safe now. Have him do a quick dance. I keep saying dance. It's very hard to break that particular habit because you're used to dancing units in this game being the refreshers, whereas in this game and in Radiant Dawn as well, the units that refresh people are sing instead of dance. And it's the same case in Fates, actually, really, because the only real refreshing unit you get in Fates is Azura, and she's a singer as well. She's not, well, I mean, she dances too, but specifically her action is she's a songstress, so she sings. And then you have the odd dichotomy of someone like Dorothea in Three Houses, who has an ability called Songstress, but she doesn't actually refresh people, but you can make her a dancer, and then she can. So in that case, would she dance and sing? Just like Azura, but she still only does one version of... I don't know, it's a little weird. Dorothea, by the way, is a fantastic unit. I know we talked about Three Houses a little while ago, but suffice to say, I enjoyed that game immensely. I'm actually kind of itching to get back into playing it. If I had the capability to record that for you guys, I absolutely would love to do that, but sadly I do not have a capture card or anything. Actually, can you innately record on the Switch? I'm not sure if you can or not. Maybe I should look into that. Because if I could record Three Houses for you, I actually definitely would consider doing that. It's a fantastic game. There's a lot to be done in, like, the intermeaning areas of that game, not just the combat portions, which is fine. I don't particularly mind that at all. Let's go ahead and get Astrid moved up here. See if we can get somebody up there to take out that Swordmaster. Sadly, Soren is not quite as capable with Blizzard as Ilyana was with her Bolting Tome. That's not necessarily fair. I'm sure they're just as capable, it's just a matter of Blizzard does not do anywhere near as much damage as Bolting does. Bolting, I believe, is the strongest long-range magic, and Blizzard is the weakest. There's a good, easily 4 or 5 point swing in magic potency there. And that is a level up for Rayson. Level 9. He got strength. Wow, really? He got strength. What in the world does he need strength for? The answer, by the way, is nothing. He does not need strength at all. Alright, let's get Soren moved up here a little bit. Sure, it's going to put him right in the path of that absurd rock up there, but you know what? Why don't we just have Marcia come over here? see if we can finish that guy off. Look at that, we can. Perfect. And then Jill can take out any one of the axe guys, really. But yeah, we're just about done here. We only got a couple of guys left to worry about taking out. The next chapter is a little interesting, too. Don't remember exactly what it is, but we'll find out momentarily, I think. Yeah, so actually, we're going to have Jill take out the Wyvern Lord. That is a Wyvern Lord. Gotta be, right? Looks exactly like me, only different color. And then there actually is a regular old fighter there. I'm really not concerned about him all that much. Warrior could be a problem for Marcia, but I still think she'll be okay. She is freshly healed now. And that is another level for Jill. Strength, please. I would love it if you got strength. Nope, just HP. She must have capped something, because otherwise she would have gotten more stats than that. In fact, why don't we take a look real quick? Okay, yeah, she did cap defense, and then she's got to be maybe 1 point off from capping speed. That being said, I really need her to get more strength. I think her strength cap is like 27. So unless she gets it every single level from here on out, she will not end up capping that, and I would be very upset if she did not. But I guess there are worse things that can happen. Anyway, let's go ahead. Since I'm not really concerned about rocks anymore, the warrior could potentially move over here and push one, but even if he did, it wouldn't kill anybody. So we'll just move the whole gang up here. Could move Har up there too, honestly. Yeah, having wyverns, super nice. And then that's another thing too about Three Houses that's really cool, is the Wyvern Lord in Three Houses is arguably the best class in the game. They have no drawbacks, apart from maybe their bow weakness, but that can be addressed. Not only is there an item that negates flying weakness to arrows, but there is even a permanent skill that you can learn that negates your flyer weakness. It requires a lot of effort and a lot of time and training to learn said skill, but if you do, then you can just run around with a flyer or an arrow immune flyer, which is absolutely awesome. Alright, we got these last two schmucks to contend with. They're just going to smash themselves against Jill by the looks of it, which I'm not upset about. You guys can go right ahead and do that as much as you want. And Jill will definitely make you pay for it, because that's what she does. If there's ever any doubt about Jill being an amazing unit, let this serve as the proof of concept for you guys that she is in fact an amazing unit. Even with her, shortcomings early on, when you give her the proper time and attention, she grows into an absolute monster. And it's well worth the investment. And that is that chapter cleared. Not take us too long at all. And now we get to reunite with our... Not reunite, but we get to meet up with our Galleon friends, presumably. It looked like there were more of them. Uh-oh. Well, there were more of them, it seems. Eat rock! Eat rock. I'm pretty clever. Yeah, I'm sure he thinks he's hilarious. Why is the princess here? Shouldn't she be in, like, the rear guard? Uh-oh, what's that? Oh. That's Tabarn, and he just wrecked 5 guys in a single swing here. I'm gonna guess he's angry about something. Probably the whole instance of Leanne being kidnapped. Need a hand? Well met to the rest of you, warriors of Crimea. Tabarn, by the way, is the most BA dude in the history of the series, in my opinion. He's so friggin' awesome. I thought I'd help you wipe out Dan. He's a little salty, I think. Why did you suddenly decide to help? Apparently Racin asked him. The more powerful we are, the better. Good plan. That's not the only reason I am here. Let's be with the King of Lions. He waits for us at the foot of the mountain. He does? King Canegus is here? That's cool. Yep, he is. You've made quite the triumphant return. She's so humble. Valencia's awesome. You've managed to turn the tide of war. To be honest, I'm quite surprised. My Lord Ike and his brave companions were with me. So he's heard everything from his reports or whatever. And what about Nasir? Yeah. Uh-oh. There's apparently something we need to discuss. What about the children? Certainly they were involved. Well, you'd be surprised. A story that involves my parents. Uh-oh. And he's going to regale them with the tale of how the medallion came to be in Commander Grail's hands. Everything we learned from Palmani Temple some chapters ago. And Mist is just hearing this for the first time too, and she's really shaken up by that. She's very confused. That's the whole of it, eh? It was never a dispute between Crimea and Dayan. There was something else at play the entire time. There very often is with conflicts of this scale, actually. What could be Ashnard's goal? 20 years ago, before he even became king, he tried to release the Dark God from the medallion. But he was thwarted by Grail and Elena. Go figure. What would happen if it were freed? Awful things. I would fear the world would once again be beset by natural calamity, much like it was 800 years ago. All the world save Tellius was drowned beneath the seas. Yikes. And everyone thought it was just a fairy tale. We have living proof, Goldoa's king Deginsia. He and 2 others fought alongside the goddess herself to defeat the Dark One, so he's really freaking old then. He's centuries old. But he's still alive. Black Dragon King is a living fossil, as stubborn as anything alive. Well, when you're that old, you must be, right? He's been trying to control the rest of us for years. He always says the same thing. Not fan the flames of strife. As long as Laurent's medallion exists, you must never begin a war that engulfs the entire continent. There must be more than one way for the Dark God to gain its freedom. Yeah, apparently. That's just what the Black Dragon King says, yet the truth of it is unknown. So Soren thinks he might have figured it out. King Goldoa said a conflict that engulfs the entire continent would free the Dark God. Let's assume that war would have such an effect on the medallion no matter where it was or who possessed it. Let's also assume that the King of Dayan thinks this as well. And now he's thinking, where is the tinder for the blaze I need? The answer proved to be an easy one, yet he had to find a way to test his theory, so he attacked neighboring Crimea. Begnion was too powerful and too big. Dayan would have lost. Crimea, however, is a country known for its scholarship rather than its military strength. And they made a calculated decision to invade, and they ended up crushing them fairly easily. And he's saying this right in front of the freaking princess because he's a jerk. King Raymond was also friendly toward Laguz, which influenced Dayan's decision. If things went well, the conflict would be enough to engulf Crimea's ally Gallia, and the fires would spread. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Eventually Begnion as well. Dayan's power would increase, and strife and discord would spread across the land, eventually reaching the Lost Medallion. So it seems like the king's goal is to awaken this Dark God after all. Which means that our plan to attack him at the capital fits right into his strategy. Even if that's true, we can't stop. The war's gone too far for that. We have to smash Dayan to end its menace once and for all. We'll bury every one of them and finish it. Yikes. The only plan that makes any sense. If only we had the medallion with us. We, the descendants of Laurent, have a gift. Through the power of Slumber Galder, we can suppress the chaotic energies of the Dark God. So apparently Rayson and his kin are able to suppress the Dark God inside and prevent it from being released. All they have to do is sing to it. Mist thinks it's her fault it went missing, but it really wasn't, because it was stolen from her. She kept it with her all the time. Lindsay is so sweet. Besides, the Dark God can be released no matter where the medallion is, so it's nothing to worry about. And now Tabarn has something to say. Rayson, I'm sorry. Deanne's been kidnapped. It may have been by Dayan's hand. The release Galder can only be sung by the girl Altina, right? But Ashnard doesn't know that. Nope. Nope, he doesn't. Nothing can ever be clear and simple, can it? Nope. No, it cannot, Ranulf. Never. Alright, so that was 25. We're going to move on to chapter 26. We'll do the story bits, and then we'll finish off at the base like we did last time. I believe this is a pretty straightforward chapter, the next one here, if my memory serves. In a valley amidst the Marhat range, Ike and company are reunited with King Cainagus of Gallia and King Tabarn of Phoenicus. No time to waste. The final showdown with Ashnard is coming. Well, it is coming. Between the forces the king grants them and returns home, and before returning home, and the ones that Tabarn brings, the Crimean army possesses 3 times the fighting power it did when left Begnian. Wow. So the Daean forces are strong, rested, and comparable in number. They have a lot of freaking dudes, apparently, even though we've been mowing through them non-stop. I wonder just how many soldiers they had, like, at the start of this whole situation. There's 2 formidable obstacles in the way. Fort Pinel and Nados Castle. How these 2 tests are faced will mightily affect the course of the war. Yeah, that's probably true. Clash. Interesting name for a chapter. I feel like we've been clashing this whole time. Here we have Melior is the Crimea capital, I believe. This is where Ashnard's at. There he is. Amelia and Gallia have finally joined forces, have they? Seems the incident with the Heron Princess has brought more Phoenicians to the struggle as well. Phoenicians? How do you pronounce that? Hawk King getting involved, eh? Which means the Crimean army's strength of arms is all but equal to our own and growing daily. Of course, they're still no match for our superior leadership and skill. Well, I am still unsatisfied. Divide our army into 2 battalions and send one to meet the Crimeans. Who will be in charge? Bertram. Bertram? Perhaps I should leave it to you and see what happens. Do you believe I would betray you? I believe your heart has considered it. Surely you jest. Here's the funny thing. You notice the Black Knight doesn't, like, address Ashnard, like, really the way he should? He is subordinate to him, but I feel like he's just, like, he just talks to him like an equal, almost. He doesn't address him as, like, your majesty. He just kind of talks to him like he's another dude. I mean, maybe because the Black Knight would probably kick his butt, if I'm being totally honest with you. Black Knight's stupid powerful. I leave it to you, good Sir Knight. Oh, there, never mind. He does call him your majesty right here. In my absence, did you order the death of Ina? Ah, yes. I'd forgotten about her. I lost all interest in her when she failed to hold Daean's capital, you know? I've no use for her failures. Yes, I remember now. I ordered Patrine to take care of her. Ha! Another failure under my command. Capturing Ina would be enough, but neither of those things happened. Why do you ask? According to one of General Patrine's men, they have indeed captured Ina, but with the general's death, they're unsure what to do with her. I wish to receive your instructions. Do you still wish her to be killed, or have you changed your mind? Do as you will, I don't care. However, do not bring her to my presence. And that one is near. Rajian seems to grow restless. I don't think they've discussed... Well, no, they have discussed Rajian at least once. That is the name of his wyvern mount. Everyone seems to be here. Go ahead, Soren. He's going to lay out our strategy here, because that's what he does. Our current position here is in the Marhat range. Between here and the capital, there are 2 large outposts, Fort Pinel and Nados Castle. They talked about that a minute ago. We got to go through both of these, apparently. Both holds were built to guardian our fair land, but now Daean rules them both. With rations set, they could hold out a year. Say what you will of Daean and her foul plans, one must admire her skill in things of war. Oh, Bastion says that. Joffrey's like, why would you speak well of them? He's like, well, he's not praising them, he's just speaking the truth. Lucy is like, will you please shut up? I doubt they would expect us to attack both at once. Titania says, however, that's a waste of our strength. We don't want to get ambushed. We cannot divide our army, but we could send a small force to attack the base with weaker defenses and keep it occupied. At the same time, the main army can focus on the other one and conquer it. They're very confident in their chances, aren't they? Which has more soldiers? That would be Fort Pinel. And the main army will lead an assault on Fort Pinel. Meanwhile, I'll take my army and a unit or so of galleons and set out for Castle Nados. When they come out to meet us, we'll retreat. We'll attack again. We'll keep them busy. Guerrilla warfare. It's actually very effective. It should give us the time we need. We'll take care of our front by the day's end. Let's go capture a fort. Sounds great. Totally won't be problematic at all. Yes, here's the reports of our last battle. MVP Jill, to nobody's shock at all. Because Jill is freaking amazing. Alright, thanks, Soren. Bye. Alright, so we're ready to roll out for Chapter 26, and we'll go ahead and do that in the next episode. So thank you for watching up to this point. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to leave a like and a comment on this video if you are so inclined, and if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel if you are also inclined. I would appreciate any and or all of those things. So until next time, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.